Anthony Harper here in Jerusalem with Rabbi Mordechay. We're at the Temple Institute to talk about the Third Temple. There's a model here behind us of what that would look like. And earlier here in the week, we were at the Temple Institute, the dedication of the altar of the new temple. So Rabbi Mordechay, thank you for joining me here. And a couple of questions. And so in light of the altar dedication recently, what does that mean to the world? What message would you like to share about the importance of the next temple?
So, as we know, the third temple will be rebuilt. We're sure about that. Mm-hmm. And something very interesting, we have two laws in the Torah. We have the temple, the third temple, and we have the altar. Meaning, even if we can't build the holy temple yet, and I'm specifying yet, we can already build an altar. The altar has to be in its exact place on Mount Moriah, where Abraham didn't exactly sacrifice, but nearly sacrificed Isaac, exactly the place where the ladder, Jacob's ladder was. Exactly in that place, we have to build the altar made of stone, and once we have an altar which is built already, so we're one step closer, even more than one step closer, to start connecting back to Hashem.
Now, I think you said earlier about certain parts of the temple have already been constructed. So do you have most of the temple like pre-assembled that has been put together, and you can reassemble it at the time that is right to do so?
The temple consists of the building itself, and the vessels, and obviously the people, the priests that will be working in the temple itself. So about the building itself, we don't have the actual pieces of all the temple, but there are exact blueprints, an exact program on how to build it as fast as we can. And if we're talking about the vessels themselves, yes, most of the vessels, the Temple Institute and other institutes already built. And you have to remember, it's not only that, you have to, for example, now, we just finished with Hanukkah, we already produced for 2 or 3 years, every year, by the time of the olive harvest, we made pure olive oil. Because sometimes you can have a temple, you can have a menorah, but exactly like the Maccabees, you're going to find yourself up with no olive oil. And if we miss this olive oil season, so if we build a temple in a month from now, we will not have olive oil. So sometimes there are things that they look bigger and more complicated, the building itself, but that's quite easy. It's more important to get the vessels, because the vessels are the essence of the Holy Temple, and exact things that we have to know and learn and research to be ready for the Holy Temple.
And one of the most important vessels in the temple is the Ark of the Covenant. So do you happen to know where the Ark of the Covenant, I know you couldn't tell me where it is, but do you really know where the Ark of the Covenant is?
Okay, so as we know, there are a lot of speculations where the Ark of the Covenant is, and maybe you could even go to movies, Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford, maybe he can give an answer. But if we're a little serious for now, according to the Torah, not the Torah, maybe the Tanakh, so it says exactly where the Ark is. Not everybody realizes, and it says the King Yoshiyahu, I don't know exactly how you said it in English, Josiah, one of the last kings of Yehuda, when he heard from a woman prophet called Huldah, and she told him that the temple will be destroyed. So he took a few priests and he told them, take the Ark of the Covenant and hide it in the Temple Mount. It specifies it exactly in the Tanakh. It is written that's why he did. Why did he hide only the Ark? Because in the Ark we have the tablets. We can build a new menorah. we can build a new altar, we can build a new ark, but we can't rebuild the tablets we got on Mount Sinai. So according to our religion, according to our tradition, and we have to remember that Judaism, like we talked before, is all about tradition. The Jewish tradition never stopped. And according to our tradition, yes, we know more or less where on the Temple Mount the ark is. Not only that it is in or under the layer that we know now of the Temple Mount, but we can even point to the more or less exact place of where the ark is. And why is that? Why is that? Because once the ark got to the holy Temple Mount, it will never be taken out. Because the ark is so-called the battery, the spirit, the life of the temple.
Well, we were talking earlier about the need of the Messiah, the Mashiach, and we know from the Hebrew scriptures that all of our efforts are not good enough. We could never be perfect without flaw. And I think that's where what you were talking about earlier about the importance of the Mashiach and Christianity. Really, the Messiah is the only one that can bring peace here. Because obviously humans have been doing a lot of works, a lot of good works for a long time, and a lot of works have been involved, but they've never been good enough. So we do need the Messiah, as what you were saying, and Christians see that as well. And we hope there will be peace very soon. And for more information about the Temple Institute, how would people know?
The Mikdash Educational Center, that's the exact. Okay?
Well, thank you.
Okay.
And Rabbi?
Thank you very much. For more information about the Mikdash Educational Center, you can look us up on Facebook. That's maybe the easiest way. We post every day a lot of Torah, a lot of good things, education to the whole world. We update all the time. You can look up us also on our site. And if you want the temple coin, the holy temple coin, which actually is a small coin, but the coin itself is the whole story, is the whole prophecy. You can also find it on our site, the Mikdash Educational Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Second Cyrus Trump temple coin. And as you can see over here, let's see what we have. Okay, first of all, we have over here in Hebrew, Lemalot 70 Shana, to fulfill 70 years. The original verse, to fulfill 70 years, is when the Jews went out to exile, to the Babylonian exile. They were there for 70 years. And after 70 years, King Cyrus said, God, the Lord of the world, gave me permission to let you, the Jews, come back to the land of Israel. And look what he said. And he charged me to build him a house in Jerusalem. That happened about 2,500 years ago. And now, 70 years, for the state of Israel, something happened again. One of the biggest leaders of the world, again, President Donald Trump, and here we see the seal of America, he again said and recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, of the state of Israel, of the people of Israel. And he also built a house in Jerusalem. But we don't want only the embassy. We hope, just as King Cyrus pushed us, the Jewish people, to rebuild the temple, we hope all the 70 nations and President Donald Trump, after he recognized Jerusalem as the spiritual, holy capital of the land of Israel, of the state of Israel, he will help us, the Jewish people, rebuild the third temple. And that's why we have the seal of America, the original Persian Empire, and above all, we have the menorah. The menorah now is the symbol of the state of Israel. But we know that the menorah was also the most sacred vessel that was stolen when we went into exile. And we want the menorah to come back, to be placed again in the third temple on the Holy Mount. And from the Holy Temple, the light of the temple will shine not only in Jerusalem, but the light of the temple will shine to the whole world. That's what this coin is all about. 70 nations pushing us, the people of Israel, to understand that Jerusalem is a holy place. Jerusalem is the center of the whole world. And once we understand that Jerusalem, with the menorah on the Temple Mount, will be rebuilt again. It's the heart of the world. And when the heart is healthy, so not only Jerusalem will be healthy, but the whole world will be healthy. That's what it's all about. We're not talking politics. We're talking about prophecies. We're talking about the Torah. We're talking about what Hashem, God of the world, wants us to do. And when we do the right thing, we are sure that if we do the right thing, He will help us continue in the right direction.
Hallelujah!